Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create select and deselect all button to select or deselect all checkboxes in your form. If we go to our editor, make sure that you have some style sheet already created, as well as downloaded the latest version of jQuery and put it into their own folders. Now inside of the root of your site, create a new file called index.php, and inside of this file let's put the default page structure of the HTML document. Then if we close this, we're going to start with a div with the ID of wrapper. I've created the class in the my style sheet to make sure that all the elements are centered on the page. Then we're going to start with the paragraph with the class select all and ID items. Now in between the opening and closing paragraph tags, we're going to type select all. After this, we're going to start with the form with action blank and method post. You can use get if you want to. We won't be using really form here for anything. It's just for the purpose of validation, obviously, because we will be using labels and inputs. They should be enclosed within their form tags. Inside of the form tag, let's create a div with the class items. Now class items have to refer to the ID of our button, because this is our trigger, and we will be taking actually this attribute, the name of this attribute ID, in order to target our checkboxes later on, because obviously you may have many different checkboxes, sets of checkboxes within your form, and then obviously each button will have to trigger a separate group. So we've got our div, and inside of our div, let's start with the label for item 1. I'm just using item as a generic name for my checkboxes. In between the label tags, input, type checkbox, name item 1, and then we have ID, item 1 as well. As you may remember, for attribute refers to the ID of the element, so they have to be the same of course as well. And then we have value 1 as well, and we can close our input, then space item 1 as a label. And let's copy this one. We're going to multiply this several times, copy and paste basically one after the other. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I think is going to be enough. Now let's replace the numbers. Value 6, 6, 6, and item 6. Then we have 5, 4, 3, and 2. You can obviously generate all these items dynamically, either by populating from a database or simply writing a PHP script to do it. Now we have nearly everything. Let's include our CSS file as well. Right before the opening head tag, after our meta tags, my CSS file is inside of the CSS folder, and it's called core.css. Now we go right to the bottom before the closing body tag, and we're going to include 2 JavaScript files as well. One of them is jQuery library, and the other one will be the functions.js, which we'll create in just a second. So JS jQuery 1.4.3.min.js. I'm assuming you've downloaded this file already from jQuery website. Then we have JS functions.js, and let's create this file inside of the JS folder, functions.js. And now we are ready. We can actually close index.php as we're finished with this file. Now let's move to the next video, and we're going to actually work with the functions.js in order to select and deselect all our checkboxes.